And welcome back to my channel. Here in this video I will be going ahead and doing a watch me work on this Halloween nail set. And if you guys are new to my channel, my name is Jess and I do types of videos like I said. Here in this video I will be going ahead and showing you guys how I draw Oogie Boogie as well as some Halloween nail art. So here, as you can see, I am starting off on the ring finger, going in with the black gel and some dotting tools to create some little circles. So on this nail I will be going ahead and doing a drip effect. So as you can see, I'm going ahead and doing my little circles. So I'm drawing one on the upper left side and then one below it and then right next to it another one, so it's gonna look like this other nail. And then here I'm just making sure I'm putting them together so that way I can make sure that they're nice and even. And then here with my liner brush I'm gonna go ahead and do a line down the middle of the circles on each, as you could see. And once I'm done doing the lines, I am gonna go ahead and blend the circle and the line together so that way the drip could look nicely, so that way whenever you go ahead and fill it in, it actually looks like a drip and not just like a little dot in the line. So you want to make sure that you're going ahead and blending them so that way it does look like a drip. And then here, as you can see, I'm starting to connect them, so I am making curved lines just to give it, like I said, the drip effect, and making sure that they connect so that way they're nice and curved and that they're touching each other. So I will be going ahead and doing them so that way I can make sure and connect all the lines. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then once I'm done doing that I will be going ahead and filling it in. And once I'm done filling it in, I'm just going to make sure that everything's nicely connected and make sure that there's no gel on the skin. So you will see that I do go ahead and go in with the cleanup brush just to go ahead and clean around the cuticle. So here, as you can see, I'm making sure that they're all touchy and curved, and then on the outer part I'm gonna make another curved line so that way it looks like it's still dripping. So that's just simply what I'm doing here. As you can see, I'm filling it in, and then you will see that I do connect the dots to the lines and make sure that everything's nice and clean. And then once it's done, I will be going ahead and curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. So then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with a smaller liner brush and go in with this neon green to outline the actual drip. And I will be outlining the entire thing. And I'm not really worried too much if I get it on the black, because I will go back in with the black so that way I could fill it in and just perfect it a little bit more. But as you can see, for the most part, I'm just going ahead and outlining all of it and making sure that the lines are all even so that way one line doesn't look thicker than the other. And as you can see, I'm going around the bottom to round it off, and I will be doing the same thing to the whole entire nail and then carrying it underneath the lamp once I'm happy with the results. And then once it's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go back in with that same brush and same color to fill in any little spot that might need a little bit more color and just add a little bit more of. So that's just simply what I'm doing here, adding those little details. And then I will be going ahead and curing it again for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go back in with the black to just perfect my drip. So as you can see here in the middle, I'm going down with the liner brush so that way I can make the black a little bit more thicker and round off the drip a little bit more. As you could see, same thing with the ones on the side. Since I feel like I did the green a little too thick, I'm just going in with the black just to fill that in and make up for it. So here, as you can see, if I mess up, I go back in with my cleanup brush to clean it really quick. But that's just simply what I'm doing. And then I will be going ahead and curing it again for 45 seconds. And also, if you guys are interested in any of the products that I'm using, make sure to check down below in the description for them, as well as for any discount codes, so that way you guys could go ahead and save some money when shopping with any of my favorite brands. So I will be going ahead and curing that once I'm done. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with a dotting tool and the black to draw a circle on the bottom left. And then I'm going to go in with my brush to brush it upwards, so that way it could give that drip effect. And I'm just simply going to fill it in and cure it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go back in with that same green, same small liner brush to go ahead and outline it all around and make it even as possible. And also, if you guys haven't yet, make sure to check down below in the description for any of my latest videos. They will be linked down below, as well as throughout this one, so make sure to go check those out if you guys haven't. And then once I'm happy, I will be going ahead and curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with my matte top coat and apply that on the entire nail, making sure that there's no gel on the skin. Make sure I'm cleaning that off, as well as cleaning the bottom. And then once I'm happy, I will be going ahead and curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with the pinky, go in with the black and my liner brush, and I'm going to be going ahead and doing kind of like a side cut. So I'm going to do that and then stop it like right down the middle, and then down the middle I'm going to draw a line and then make it curved. So I will be doing a French tip, but I'm only going to do half of it, if that makes sense, and then the other half is going to be like another design. So here, as you can see, I'm just kind of expanding it and making it a little longer, and then here you will see that I do go ahead and do the line in the middle and then curve it to give it that French look. And then you will see that I do go ahead and fill it in, and then you will see that I do turn my client's hand, just so that way I could perfect it a bit and make the French curved. So that's just simply what I'm doing. And then once I'm happy with it, I will be going ahead and curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. So then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with my liner brush and that same green that I've been using, and all I'm simply going to do is fill in all the whole other side. So as you can see, I'm just kind of going to do a line down the middle and then fill it in, and just keep filling it in as much as possible until it's nicely perfectly in the middle. So I always tell you guys to make sure you turn your client's hand, so that way you could see what it looks like, nice and symmetrical. So I did not include it here, but you will see once I do the design, you will see that I do turn it. So then after, I will be going ahead and curing it, and then once it's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with a black, draw a line down the middle, and go ahead and just fill it in, making sure that it's nice and even. It's not like too thick. You don't want to make it too thick. So I'm just going ahead and doing that line down the middle and with black, and just go ahead and fill it in. And then you will see that I do turn my client's hand, so that way you could see that it looks nice down the middle, and where it kind of needs to be filled in, you will see. So I will be going ahead and turning my client's hand, and like I mentioned, you always want to make sure that it's nice and symmetrical. So here, as you can see, I could tell it's nicely symmetrical. And then here I'm filling the bottom towards the cuticle, so that way obviously it can have more pigmentation to it. So that's just simply what I'm doing here. And then I will be going ahead and putting another line right in the middle. So as you can see, I'm going in very slowly, and then I'm gonna kind of just let my brush do its job, so that way it doesn't look at an angle. So you want to make sure you do a line nicely in the middle, and then another line here diagonally on in between those lines, obviously, and then another one on top. So on this side, I will be going ahead and doing like a spider web. So that's just simply what I'm doing, as you can see, making the lines. And then once I'm done doing that, I will make sure to cure it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds, as you can see. So then here, I'm just going to finish off the sides and fill that in. And then, as you can see, I'm going to go in with that same liner brush and black gel to create the curves onto my spider web. So as you can see, I will be doing two about on each one little section. So Once I'm doing that as well, I will also make sure that they're connecting, so that way obviously it looks like a spider web. You want to make sure that everything connects, so that way it looks all put together. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and doing that and going in with my liner brush, so that way they all connect, and making sure that I'm not making them too thick nor too thin. Make sure they all look even. So that's just simply what I'm doing, and I will be doing this to every little section, and you will see that on some I do kind of mess up a little bit, and I'm just going with my cleaner brush and with some alcohol to clean it really quick and redo it. That's just simply what I'm doing. And once I'm happy, I will be going ahead and curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once it's done curing, I will be going ahead and giving it a matte finish. And then here on the pointer finger, as you can see, I'm going to go in with that same liner brush, and I'm going to go in with the green gel. And all I'm simply going to be doing is creating a French tip. So I'm pretty sure you guys have seen how I do them. So I do the sides and then do the middle and start to fill it in and then curve it out and round it out. So I always make sure to turn my client's hand, so that way I can make sure that it's nice and even as well. So that's just simply what I'm doing, and then curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going in with this black gel and liner brush, and all I'm simply going to be doing is doing lines like all around the French, doing it like separately, as you can see here, one next to the other, not touching at all. And then you will see once I'm kind of towards done finishing, I didn't like the ones in the middle, so you will just see that I do go ahead and erase them and then just do them over. And I'm just simply going to be erasing them with a cleaner brush and alcohol, just so that way it can give me a nice clean canvas from when I started. So as you can see, that's just simply what I'm doing, and once I'm happy with them, I will make sure to cure it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once I'm done doing that, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and give it a matte finish. And then you will see that I do add a matte finish again to the ring finger. Only if, I don't know if you guys could see, but it kind of has like a little glare onto something. I just seen something, so I was just like, I'm going to just go back in and matte it again, because I do believe I went in with the black again. So I think that's what it was. So I just went ahead and matted it again, and then curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. So then once those are done curing, as you could see here on the thumb, I did go ahead and do a black Frenchie. So I'm just going ahead and doing that as I usually do, just how I did the same with the green. So here, as you can see, I'm going in with that same green gel, a liner brush, and I'm kind of doing like a squared kind of diamond. And on this nail, you will see that I do draw a dice, since it does resemble Oogie Boogie. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and doing like a squared diamond, and then you will see that I do go ahead and do the bottom of the dice. So I'm going to go ahead and do another line going going down to here to the left, as you could see, and I'm not making it too big nor too small. I feel like it was like an okay size. So as you could see, I'm just going ahead and doing like a diagonal line and then filling that in as you would like a 3D cube. So I'm doing another line to do this side, and then you will see that I do go ahead and just perfect it a little bit, just give it some corners to it. I do here the other side and then fill that in, and same thing, line it up and just fix up the corners, making them nice and pointy, and then do the other line to finish it off, as you can see here. And then you will see that I do go ahead and cure it for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with my black liner, and I'm just going ahead and outline the dice all the way around. So as you can see, I'm just kind of perfecting where the French is at, just so that way there's not like too much green or it'd be like a little miss off. So I'm just going ahead and outlining all the way around, making sure that it's even as well here at the top where you can actually see it. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and outlining it, making sure that all the corners touch, if that makes sense, and making sure that it looks nice and squared off. So that's just simply what I'm doing it to give it that 3D effect. And then once I'm done, I will be going ahead and curing it underneath the lamp. And then after it's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go back in with the green and that same liner brush to fill it in, just so that way it could be more pigmented. So that's just simply what I'm doing here, as you could see, and then curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go in with my liner brush and the black, just so that way I can make the squares out of the dice. So as you can see here, I'm going in with the line to do the top square first, and then you will see that I do draw another line down the middle from that first corner that it leaves out, and do a line going down, so that way I could separate both sides of the dice, as you could see. And then once I'm done figuring that out, I will be going ahead and curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And also, if anybody's interested, I will leave the inspo pic so that you guys could see what I recreated or like how I did it. And then once that's done curing, I'm going to go in with the dotting tool to create the dots and the numbers on the dice, of course. So I did 4, I did 2 here, and then I did, I believe, 3 at the top. So that's just simply what I did. And everything that I did to one hand, I also make sure and did it on the other. So that's just simply what I'm doing here, as you could see. And then curing that underneath the lamp once I'm happy. And then once it's done, I will be going ahead and finishing it off with a matte top coat, so that way I could give it that matte look. And then curing that underneath the lamp for 45 seconds as well. And then once that's done curing, here, as you can see on the middle finger, I'm going to draw Oogie Boogie, which is also, so you can see, I did leave him out to the very end since it's more of like a complicated design. So as you can see, I am starting off by going in with the green and the liner brush to just go ahead and do like his face. So do like the whole outline of it, just so we could see that it's nice and symmetrical on the nose. Since obviously, like I did mention earlier in the video, I did do everything that I did to one hand, I did to other, so I did draw everything twice. So I did draw Oogie Boogie, which you will see how the other one looks like here in a bit, once you will see that I do put them side by side, so that way I can make sure that it's nice in the middle and nicely even to the other hand as well. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead. Like I said here, this is what he looks like, and I absolutely loved how he came out. So I'm just going ahead and doing like the actual outline of his whole entire face, and like drawing like little curves so that way they can represent his cheeks and whatnot. So as you can see, just doing that, filling that in, and then curing it. And then you will see that I do go in here with the black and start to outline it. So you also will see that I do add little details to it, like little crevices or like even little tiny curves that represent like his face, I guess you could say, for like the animation kind of part of it, I guess you could say. So here, as you could see, I'm just going ahead and doing that, doing the top of his little itty bitty head, rounding that off, and then here starting to do the side, so that way I could create just more detail in it, as you could see. So that's just simply what I'm doing, outlining it, and then like I said, adding little details. So here I'm adding a little detail, adding a little line, curving it out, and adding another little line, and then going around and doing the side, so making the line go down, and then kind of adding like a little curve to it as well. And then I kind of finish him off around the neck, so going ahead and adding those little details, and then curing that underneath the lamp once I'm happy. So here's where I add those little lines to kind of create kind of like, I guess you could say, crevices. So that's just simply what I'm doing here. I'm adding a big line underneath those two lines that I did prior, and then you will see that I do draw another line, but I draw it too low, so you will see that I do erase it and then draw it back again. So that's just simply what I'm doing. And when I feel like once you're drawing stuff with like faces, you really have to see um symmetrical to see that it goes good, so that way if not it's gonna look off, obviously. So that's why I erased it, and then I did it symmetrical, and then I did the other line on top of that, so that way I could see what it actually looks like. So that's just simply what I'm doing here, as you could see. Also, as you can see here in the background, I do have my phone for reference, so that way I could see what I'm drawing as I'm drawing it. So here at the bottom, I'm adding another little line for its neck, and then here, as you could see, once I'm done curing, as you can see, I'm going to draw a line right in the middle where I drew that first line at the top and then the line at the bottom for the neck, so that way I could start to create the actual face. So here, as you can see, once I'm done doing the line in the middle, I kind of know where the mouth is gonna go, so I'm just gonna simply start to do like a round line and then start to curve it out and do the outline of it and start to fill it in and round it off at the end, as you could see. So that's just simply what I'm doing, because then you will see that I do add more details to the mouth. So I'm just filling it in, and then once I'm happy, once it's done, I'm gonna go ahead and create those little lines. So kind of how I did on the French tip on the pointer finger, that's just simply what I'm doing to the mouth, adding little lines all the way around. Here, as you can see, I'm making sure that they're even, that the mouths are even, and in case I need to add like a little more gel, or in case I need to point it out a little bit more, that's just simply what I'm doing. So I'm always making sure that it's even to the other one, so that way I can know that it's the same. So once I'm happy, I'm going to go ahead and cure it. So then once it's done curing, like I mentioned, I'm going to be drawing little lines just how I did on the French tip. I'm going to go ahead and do that on the mouth here all around. So on the corners, I did just do one line that you will see right here. I just kind of did one line going like diagonal, and then the rest I did it kind of like if it was coming out of his mouth. So I just did lines all around, making them not too close, not too far, and then doing it at the bottom and the top as well, and then curing it once I'm happy with the result. And then once that's done curing here for the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and start to fill those in. And then here, as you can see, I'm going with a pencil, but it wasn't really showing, so I kind of was like whatever about it, since I did want to try it out, since I do see a lot of people do it first and then fill it in, but whatever, that wasn't the case here. So as you can see, I'm just going in with my black liner and a black gel, and I'm going to just start to create the eyes. So the eyes are kind of round, but then they have like a really pointed inner corner, so that's just simply what I'm doing. And then I feel like at the top it's kind of slanted, so that's just simply what I did for the eyes. I really don't know how to describe it too much, and I do apologize if you guys are watching this and either I'm talking too fast or I'm not really explaining it right. I feel like it's really hard to explain how to draw, but I don't know. Definitely make sure to comment down below your thoughts and opinions. Link down below. I always know that you guys are gonna back me up and tell me what I could perfect on. So make sure to leave down below your thoughts and opinions. So here, as you can see, I'm doing the other eye, and then you will see that I do kind of compare them and just to see if they're even or not. But for the most part, I just kind of let it be. I feel like once you keep adding more, it kind of comes together more. So as you can see, I'm just going ahead and doing that, and you will see that I little by little I did add more gel, just depending on what it needed. And one thing that I always would go ahead and say is make sure that you're curing as you're going, so that way if you mess up one thing, you don't mess up the whole design. So that's just simply what I'm doing here, like I mentioned. So once I'm happy, I'm going to go ahead and cure it, and then again I'm going to go in with the gel and going with the green to just perfect any little thing that I kind of messed up with the black, if I did or didn't, or if it kind of smudged. I'm just going to go in with the green just to perfect it a little bit more. As you can see here, like here I'm adding another line just so that way the eye is not too close to the line above that I did. So I'm just going ahead and going in with the green just so that way I could perfect any little thing that I kind of messed up on or I feel like needs color to it. So that's just simply what I'm doing, and then curing it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And then once that's done curing, as you can see, I'm going to go ahead and give it a matte finish. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my matte top coat and then clean around the cuticle, clean underneath so that way there's no gel on it, and then cure it underneath the lamp for 45 seconds. And also I will be going ahead and turning my client's hand once I'm done curing and going in with the file to file the free edge so that way I can give it a nice cleaner look. And then once I'm done doing that, I will be going ahead and dusting it off with my rose dust brush, cleaning it with some alcohol, and finishing it off with some cuticle oil to give it a nice look. So So make sure to comment down below if you guys want to see more nail art here on my channel, if you guys want to see more tutorials, because I have some coming up. But make sure to comment down below if that's what you guys actually want to see. And as you can see, I'm going ahead and finishing off with cuticle oil. Make sure that you don't get on the nails since they are matte, just so that way whenever you go ahead and take pictures, they look nice and clean. So as you can see, this is the final result. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts and opinions and what you guys think of the set. Also, do not forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and do not forget to check down below in the description for any of the products that I use, and see you guys in the next one.